this time. Good morning. This is a special meeting of the members of the New York State Liquor Authority. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2015. Wow, long date. In attendance is Chairman Bradley in Albany, Commissioner Kim in New York City. Staff in attendance is General Counsel Flug in New York City, myself, Acting Secretary Held in Albany. There's one item on today's calendar. It has been marked Agenda Item 2015-2681D. Council's office has presented a proposed emergency summary order of suspension. The license serial number is Rensselaer OP2. Is that accurate? I don't have the right one. Sorry. Is it 26088?
The serial number.
That's not the right serial number. Hold on. I got it. No, it's not. That is not the right serial number. Where's your pleading? Sorry, I got a typo here. My apologies for the delay. Oh, they did? All right. I'm mistaken. Okay. Issued to Rensselaer OP 2608843. Licensee's name is Barley Legal Incorporated, doing business under the trade name Bootleggers on Broadway. They're located at 200 Broadway in the city of Troy. Presenting for counsel's office is Senior Attorney Brennan. Mr. Brennan.
Good morning, Chairman Bradley, Commissioner Kim. I apologize, I can't face both of you at the same time.
You can face him.
I'm here today to respectfully request that the board consider imposing an emergency order of suspension on the licensed premises Barley Legal, serial number 2608843, doing business as Bootleggers. The request was necessitated based on a underage compliance detail that occurred last week on December 3rd, 2015. On that date, members of the Authority Enforcement Bureau, the City of Troy Police, the Department of Motor Vehicles investigators conducted an underage compliance detail at the licensed premises, during which they found and documented 53 separate and distinct sales to minor underage patrons. For your review, I've attached a copy of that notice of pleading to the memo I provided to the board. More importantly, from a public safety perspective, the investigation revealed that the licensee has engaged in a course of conduct that fostered underage drinking on a regular basis. On Thursday nights, ostensibly during the academic year, the licensed premises catered to college-age patrons, many of which were underage. The investigation also revealed that the licensee relied on a perfunctory screening of patrons as they entered the premises as their sole mechanism to eliminate underage drinking. Throughout the investigation, which was commenced in October of 2014, none of our investigators ever viewed any of the employees of the licensee proofing any patrons at the point of purchase. This is all despite the fact that on any given Thursday, the licensed premises was full of young people, many of whom were under the age of 21. On December 3rd of 2015, investigators for the DMV and investigators for the SLA estimated that there were approximately 225 young patrons in the licensed premises. After they secured the licensed premises, screened the patrons, and interviewed them, it was determined that there were approximately 175 underage patrons at the premises on that evening. As an anecdote to that, DMV investigators issued 93 tickets to underage patrons for the possession of invalid or false ID. If I could just summarize the investigation briefly for the board. This investigation started on October 28, 2014, when the authority received a complaint that the licensee was serving underage patrons, specifically college patrons, on Thursday nights. On Thursday, November 6, 2014, investigators for the authority entered the licensed premises in an undisclosed fashion and made observations. Among those observations were that the investigators saw no one proofed at the bar, that one of the investigators indicated that most of the patrons of the bar appeared to be less than 21 years of age. By 11:15 p.m. of that evening, there were about 125 patrons in the bar. As they exited the premises, one of the investigators actually overheard the security guards talking about the conditions of some of the identifications and how many of them looked fake. If we fast forward to October of 2015, investigators for the authority made another undisclosed visit to the licensed premises. They observed 3 security guards standing near the door and estimated the crowd to be in excess of 300 patrons. One of the investigators estimated that most of the patrons were in their late teens and early 20s. They reported observing dozens of young-looking patrons purchasing and consuming alcoholic beverages, but they never saw any patron who was proofed at the point of service. On October 29th of 2015, the authority once again received a complaint that concerned some and substance the licensed premises serving college-age students on Thursday night. On Thursday night, November 5th, 2015, investigators for the authority once again entered the premise in an undisclosed fashion and made observations. At approximately 11 p.m., the crowd began to grow, and many of the patrons appeared to be over 21 years of age, and they exited the LP. Subsequently, groups of patrons who appeared to be less than 21, or approximately 21, entered the premises. Security guards stationed near the main entrance did not appear to be checking many of the youthful patrons' IDs as they entered the licensed premises. And once again, bartenders were not checking IDs at the point of service. Based on these complaints and the first-hand observations of the investigators, the authority, along with the City of Troy Police and the Department of Motor Vehicles, arranged a compliance detail for November 3rd, 2015. On that date, several groups of investigators from the authority entered the premises at different times and made observations. At approximately 12:10 p.m. or 12:10 a.m. on 12/3/2015, supervising investigator Finelli, Prebill, Department of Motor Vehicles, and Troy Police entered the premises and secured it. SLA investigators observed 36 separate violations of Section 65(1), sale to minor. SLA investigator documented another 17 sales to minor based on statements made by the underage patrons to the investigators. The SLA investigators took the statements, documented their observations, and verified the ages through several different ways. One being the DMV personnel verified the ages by looking at the identification that the underage patrons had, many of which were on licenses indicating they were underage. If not, they ran them on the DMV database and confirmed the date of birth, address, to make sure that the person who was actually making the statement matched that description. DMV investigators then issued 93 tickets to minors for violating Section 509, subsection 6 of the V&T for possessing false identification. As a caveat, during this investigation, one of the investigators observed an individual who was associated with the wholesaler who was actually handing off alcoholic beverages. He would purchase buckets of alcoholic beverages and hand them off as samples, if you will. However, this individual did not check the age, but it was in plain view of the employees of the licensed premises, and no one was ever asked for identification to ensure that they were of age. The investigators interviewed the employees of the licensed premises that evening, and 5 out of the 9 of them indicated that they were paid cash and they weren't paid by check. The investigators asked for books and records from the manager of the licensed premises, who had invoices for the liquor, but did not have any payroll records or anything indicating how the individuals were paid at the licensed premises. The investigators asked that the licensee provide this information. However, to date, nothing has been provided with respect to payroll records. The licensee clearly incorporated a college night or night for young patrons into the business model. The licensee fostered an environment where serving of alcohol to minors on Thursday was not only commonplace, it was profitable. During the compliance detail on December 3rd, 2015, SLA investigators observed patrons who were as young as 17, many of whom were 18, purchasing and consuming alcoholic beverages in plain view of the employees of the licensed premises. I respectfully submit that the licensee's behavior on Thursday, December 3rd, 2015 was not an anomaly, but normal operating procedure for the Thursday night, college night protocol. The licensee chose to look the other way when it came to fake IDs and apparently profited from it. The licensee wantonly disregarded Section 65 of the ADCL as though she was above the law. Section 65 of the ADCL was enacted to protect not only the minor who tries to purchase alcohol, but people driving the roads of our state, our communities, and the general public. The licensee put profit over protection of the general public. I respectfully request that the board impose an order of summary suspension on the licensee Barley Legal pursuant to Section 401, subparagraph 3 of the State Administrative Procedure Act. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, Commissioner Kim or Chairman Bradley.
I don't have any questions. I think the record's pretty clear. This licensee has blatant disregard of ABCL laws. The really disturbing part is not even trying to check and identify the fake IDs, even if they were to argue that fake IDs were a defense, and also the number of 18 and even 17-year-olds that were being served. I vote to summarily suspend this license.
Chairman?
The only, and to just build on Commissioner Kim's point, there was, based on your records, it appears there were a significant number of 18-year-olds in the location. Is that correct?
That's correct, Chairman.
And do you know, obviously these are college kids. Do we have any idea what college they're from?
The investigators indicated to me that a number of them come from Siena College, and one of the complaints actually articulated that the complainant's brother was at the licensed premises, and he was 18, and he was from Siena. And I believe
can you just, for the record, estimate how far Siena is from this licensed premise? Approximately, is it over 10 miles or 5 miles?
No, I don't believe it would be over 10 miles, Chairman. It's located up in Latham or Loudonville, and the
Just
licensed
across the
premises in Troy, so it's across the Hudson River.
It's in another county, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Judge.
Yeah, I vote to summarily suspend as well. It's obvious that he's trying to attract college kids to this location. Just from my own knowledge, I know Siena is not really in the neighborhood of this bar. It's not in the same town or village or anything. So it's obvious that if the kids are coming that far away, they know why they're going there. And they are, as your records indicate, a significant number of them aren't just under 21, but they're under 19. So it's obviously that this licensed premises has blatantly disregarded the ABC law, and it's definitely a risk to the community as well as these underage kids. So I vote to summarily suspend.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have no other items?
Thank you, Bill.
Thanks.
Thank you.
A good day.